Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shalia if you are brand spanking new here, and I am so unbelievably happy to have you guys here. Whether you're a brand new person or someone who's been here for a while and are already subscribed to my channel, as you guys can see, I don't have a stitch of makeup on. Nothing. I don't even have primer or moisturizer or anything. I've got nothing. I washed my face and I sat down. So today I'm going to be coming in really close to my face, and I'm going to be doing something that's been highly anticipated for a long time. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that a lot of people ask me all the time how I fill in my eyebrows. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I do that, exactly what products I use, and exactly what I do. I think I said that already. But anyway, before we jump into this video, you already know what I'm going to ask you guys to do. You know what it is. Scroll down, find the red button, click it so you guys are subscribed to my channel. Also click the bell so that you guys get notified as soon as I post something new. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw, if I taught you something, if you just enjoyed hanging out with me. Give it a thumbs up. And of course, leave a comment down below, whether it's something positive to say or whether it's something you guys want to see on my channel in the near future or even in the future. Go ahead and leave it down in the comments. But as I always say, keep it cute or put it on, you know. So, alright, let's go ahead. Let's jump into this video. I switched from Starbucks to wine, like, real quick. I'm, like, legit double fisting. Like, I'm tired, but I want to get drunk. Like, I don't know what I want to do. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know I have done a very close-up tutorial on how I fill in my eyebrows. However, I was still getting a lot of questions, and so I figured let me do a walkthrough video with you guys here, and I will show you exactly what I use to fill in my brows. I am someone who came from a background of struggle brows. I am okay with that. I'm not ashamed of that. My struggle brows show my progress, and I am always one who loves to see where I came from versus where I am now and where I'll be in a year or in 2 years or in 5 years or in 10 years, because you never know. So this is how I do my eyebrows now. If you don't like the way I do my eyebrows, that's fine. That means it's just not for you. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to say like, oh, well, I use this. That's fine. That's great for you. It's not good for me. I've tried a couple of different things. I've tried pencils. I've tried pomades. I've tried English. I've tried powders. I just find that this is literally just what works best for me. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but I've got pretty thin brows. I've got pretty sparse brows. And so I'm really particular about the products that I use to fill in my brows. So I find that using a pomade works best for me because I have thinner brows. If you have thicker brows, you may not find that this technique works best for you. You may end up seeing that your brows end up too dark or too full or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. I'm going to continue to speak as I go through everything. I'm going to show you every single thing that I use. So let me just zoom you in. Okay. You can see all the flaws. You can tell why I'm a full coverage queen. Alright, so this is as close as my camera will possibly bring me right now, unless I like sit right at it, which is not really possible because of my setup right here that I've done. But I feel like this is still, like, we're pretty close. I think we're pretty close. So I always start with a spoolie. I brush my eyebrows upward, always. Then I like to use the Kat Von D eyebrow pomade. You can also use the Benefit one or the Anastasia Dip Brow. It just depends on what kind of consistency you like. So if you look inside, this is it. You can see it's sort of like a cream gel consistency. It is a little bit thinner than eyeliner, but obviously thicker than a liquid. It obviously doesn't move when you move around the jar. So I want you guys to kind of see the consistency that you get. Now, I use an angled brush. This is my MAC 208. It's actually a very small angled brush. I used to use a bigger one. I just find that the smaller one makes it a little bit easier for me. I also like my brush coated in the product. I know you're probably like, what? But I just find that it makes it easier for me to sometimes make, because I don't always do it, believe it or not, but I find it easier to make sharper lines and hair-like strokes when my brush is not moving as much. Sorry, I'm looking at the, you know, I'm watching myself to make sure that you guys, I'm in focus. So if you see me cutting over there, that's basically what I'm doing. I used to find that my brows came out better with a clean brush, like completely clean, every single time I did my brows, until I started like making the brush a little bit sticky with the product first. And then I was like, okay, no, I like this a lot better. So I dip my brush into the product. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but I put very, very little product onto the actual brush. And then oddly enough, I take more of it off. So I start at the bottom, since I brush my brows up, and I start about halfway into the front, and then I do very small strokes to create a line. And then I come downward. As you're doing this, I promise you it's okay if you mess up. We're gonna clean it up a little bit with concealer. Some days I bring my arch a little bit higher. Just depends on my mood. It also just depends on how my hands are feeling, oddly enough. Next, I take my spoolie and I just brush all of my hairs downward. I try not to dip back into the product unless I find that I absolutely don't have any left. But then I go about that much in. I don't know if that's half or if it's like, yeah, I guess technically it's half, again, for the top. And I do small strokes going outward, and I lift the line going upward. So instead of going straight across, I go upward to also help myself to create an arch for my eyebrow. And then I round it out and I bring the tail down. Then I take the remainder of whatever is on the brush and I do small strokes going outward. So if you're following along with this is what your brow should look like right now. Then I take my spoolie again and I brush my hairs back upward. I know you're probably like, what the fuck? And now at this point, you shouldn't really have much left on your brush. So I take it and I go ahead and I dip it right back into the product. And then I start here in the tail, or like right before the tail. And I just do small strokes going upward. And then in the tail, I go downward to follow the natural growth of my brows. And then in the front, I start at the bottom, and I hold the brush like this way, and I brush upward. And you want to just keep doing this until you are happy with how filled in your brows are. Then I try very hard not to put very much product over here at all. But over here, I sometimes just like to take whatever's left on the brush and just pull it. So I'm not still doing the hair-like strokes. Now I'm just kind of pulling the product around, like just moving it around so that it fills in any holes that I don't really like. I take my spoolie once again, and mainly in the front, I brush through so that it's not so heavy. And sometimes I brush upward to kind of make the product follow my natural. I was just totally brushing skin, my natural growth of my brows. Next, I take concealer. I personally love the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer for this step, just because it's not too creamy and it helps kind of keep everything in place. It is a very solid concealer, as you can see. It's got a even thicker consistency than the the pomade itself. And I take a flat concealer brush like so. This one's getting a little bit ragged. I kind of got to get rid of it. This is a MAC 212. I will tell you, it's dirty right now, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. Morphe actually makes the same one. I don't know why this always happens to me. Like, I didn't press record. I'm so mad. So I am actually going to go ahead, do this eyebrow off camera so that I can show you how I apply my concealer, because I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. I already did it obviously on this side and I could explain it to you, but I feel better just showing it to you guys because that is what this is. I'm like so upset. I can't believe I did that. So give me a second and then I will be right back to show you guys. Alright, so now that my other brow is done, I'm going to go ahead and carve it out with concealer like I normally would, which I was trying to show you on this side until my very silly self forgot to press record. So I like to go ahead, go right into the concealer, and I do small swipes on the side of the brush, and I pick up about this much product, not very much. And I like to start right basically where I began with the pomade in the first place. And then I do more small strokes, and then I do the same on the inside. This is basically where you should be at right now. And then I do small swiping motions going downward with the concealer. This is also just like the opportunity for you to clean up anywhere where you may have made a mistake with the pomade and you might not like the shape of your brow. So, right about here, not like in love with that right there. So I would take the concealer, put it right over, pat it in, and do the same swiping motions. So I'm also one of those people who does not particularly like to carve out my brows on the top. It just doesn't work for me. I find that it looks very overdone on, like, just on me. If it works for you, then great, keep doing what you're doing. But for me, it just doesn't particularly work. Now, on this eye, for some reason, the shape of this eyebrow is very different from the shape of this eyebrow. But I'm right-handed and I'm right side heavy, and so I almost always do the right side of my face first. So it's very difficult to then match the left side when the left side doesn't even naturally match the right side. So if I do need to go on the top, I like to take the brush and instead of laying it flat, I like to stand it up straight. So I'm leaning right on the bristles and I pull downward to clean up the tail over here. But yeah, that's pretty much how I fill in my brows. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you out and then give you the last of the info because we're really close. Alright, so I also may have forgotten to mention that I like to do my brows on bare skin. I did say in the beginning of the video that I didn't have any moisturizer or primer on, but I wasn't sure if you caught on to that fact that I don't ever have moisturizer or primer on when I put my brows on. I have really oily skin naturally, and so like I could literally go the whole day without moisturizer. I literally feel like I'm like, crap, I naturally moisturize my skin. And so I just feel that the product sticks a little bit better when I put my brows on with no product. It's easier to control where it goes and it's not slipping and sliding. If you have dry skin, you may not want to do that. It's personal choice. I learned through trial and error, so you guys can also do the same. I recommend that you also do the same because you find what's best for you. So try to do your brows the way I do. And if it works for you, then great. But every time you try it again and again and again, put your own spin on it and then just keep tweaking until you find exactly what works for you, because I think that that's really the best way to approach makeup as a whole, believe it. Anyway, I'm done. I love you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. As usual, please give this video a thumbs up, like, a comment, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all very soon. Bye! Hair on my face. Blech. Okay, so I don't know what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. My dog distracted me. My makeup shows my sugar bros. It is hot AF.